Tax season has officially started, and there are no shortages of commercials like these.
Confident you'll get your guaranteed maximum refund.
Your tax refund is your down payment. We'll double it.
The early tax refund advance loan is officially here.
It's unfortunate that millions of Americans are uninformed about how our tax system works, and we have companies that take advantage of our lack of understanding, lack of financial literacy. Tax refund is your hard-earned money from the previous year that you allowed the federal government to borrow for 12 months straight. And because of that, you should not be rewarding yourself by buying a brand new car that you don't need. Because if your main goal is to get point A to point B, you can get a very economical, very reliable car without getting yourself into debt or using your hard-earned money to put a down payment on a car you don't need or a truck you don't need. And instead of paying loan for advanced refund, you're paying 35% on an advanced refund. That's money down the drain. That's making the bank richer and making you broke and making you poor. I'm on the last stretch of my cold, and hopefully I sound better today. But today is day 9, where I record, edit, and upload on the same day. It has been hard. It has been tough. But it's a challenge where I feel I need to be able to grow and be super comfortable in front of this lens. Despite what you see on the commercials where tax preparer will say, oh yeah, come to us, we'll give you more refund, we'll maximize your refund, we'll make sure you get the most refund. But in reality, there are no single tax preparer can get you more refund than what you already earned and deserved the previous year. The only difference is some may miss, if you file yourself, you may miss some credits, you may miss some tax deduction. But the tax rule, the tax rate was already published October of the previous year. So for tax year 2024, which filed 2025, the tax code, the tax rate was published October of 2023. And if you do proper planning, you can have the right withholding from your paycheck, and based on your dependents, based on the things that you're going to claim, based on the credit you're going to have, you should have a pretty good idea, a pretty good rough estimate of how much your tax liability is. Then you want to work the withholding to make sure that you don't have too much withheld where you get a lot back. But obviously you don't want to have it too little to withheld, then you end up paying the government back. But try to work close to zero as possible so that the money that was yours in the first place can be used to grow your wealth throughout the year. And because you have that money throughout the year, you don't need to pay these banks excessive 35% APR. There are a lot of people that brag about getting $5,000 to $10,000 refund. And they use that to go to a casino, they use that to have a nice vacation and blow it off and buy a car or put a down payment in a car. But you know better because you watch my channel and you know what I always talk about. Let your money grow for you, because the power of money, earning money, is much more efficient, much more effective than you and I can. So if you do get a high refund this year, maybe do something different with it. Invest it. Let me show you why I encourage you to think about investing your money. And my channel has some content on investing in HSA, investing in 401k, and even individual brokerage account. You can watch that as well, or watch other channels that talk about it. If you shift the mindset from, oh yeah, my tax refund, I'm going to use it to go on vacation, I'm going to reward myself with a car or a truck that I always wanted. If you shift from that mindset, use that to either pay down your debt or to grow your wealth, your future self will thank you. Here's the proof for it. With this $1 million calculator from Bankrate, if you were to repurpose the tax refund from rewarding yourself, from having a nice vacation, from buying a car you don't need, then you can turn that into investment. If you are 25 years old and your target is to be $1,060,000, let's say you have nothing invested and $450 a month, so that's about $5,400 tax refund, just divided by 12. And I picked $5,400 because it's actually normal for people in my area to get between $5,000 to $10,000 refund back based on your income, based on child credit, earned income credit. That's not far stretch at all. So if you were to have the right withholding and have that cash up front, you can invest on a monthly basis $450 a month at a 9% return. Without inflation, at age 60, you will have $1.2 million. With inflation, it's still not bad with $523,000. Just simple shift from learning how our tax system works and trying to maximize your hard-earned dollar and put that to use throughout the year can amass you a nice $1 million in 35 years. And if you change that portion, how you frame, how you think about tax refund, along with some other changes that I talked about, while it can be hard, it is not impossible for us average working American to become a millionaire. We just have to be informed. We just have to be educated on it and take action on it. In addition to the calculator that showed how our progressive tax system works, you can read up on the different tax credit or tax bracket for 2024 or for 2025 coming up. You can read up on how capital gain tax will be for this year. You can read up the standard deduction for this year, child credit for 2025, and earned income tax credit is another way for the government to help supplement low-income individuals or family. And you can see based on the different adjusted gross income and how many kids you have different earned income tax credit. And the savers credit, it's a way for the government to encourage you to save. So depending on your adjusted gross income, you can either get 50% or 20% or 10% of your contribution, but it does have a cap on how much you can get back. Even though a tax code is this thick, they are only applicable to high income earners and the 1%ers and business owners. For you and I, the 98-99% of Americans, the low to middle class, the tax code is actually simple. You can actually fill out a tax using just an index card, but that's a different episode. If you take the time to learn about the different credits, what the tax bracket is, and the different deduction, you can plan your tax effectively so that every hard-earned dollar can go to work for you on that year instead of waiting until the year end to get them back. And by continuing to dollar cost average into the market, now you allow the power of compound interest and time to do wonders for your wealth in your golden years.